Good morning and welcome back to another video. Thank you guys for joining me again today. If this is your first time, my name is Lucretia, and if you've been here before, thank you for joining me again. So today is Friday, and I am thanking God for another beautiful day that He has allowed both me and my family and you all to see. So today I want to start off, I want to talk a little bit about this channel. I know I introduced myself in the first video that I posted. However, I'm feeling led again to just kind of talk a little bit more in depth about this channel and my purpose for the channel. So as a few of you may know that I created this channel a couple years ago. I started out basically just doing sit down videos and just talking about giving personal testimonies of things that I've gone through and what God has delivered me from and just my journey in life. However, I am still on the journey. I'm still learning, and I'm still seeking God for so many things. And when I say that, it's not material things necessarily that I'm seeking Him for. I'm just asking God to help me do the will that He called me to do here in this earth. That looks different for some of us, and it may look the same for most of us. And so with that, what I was doing before, so let me back up a little bit. I started doing that 2 years ago. Everything was going good. And before I actually started doing the videos, you know, I would just have these conversations with God, and I was trying to keep myself grounded in the reality. I was just telling the Lord, you know, look, as long as I can reach one person, and I was literally meaning one person, maybe two, but if I could reach one person through my personal testimonies, if I could talk about how I depended and how I trusted and how I leaned into the Word of God and just His promises when I was going through some hard times in my life, then maybe if I could reach one person, then I would have done my job. And I was okay with that, you know, because I know then I'm doing what God has called me to do. And regardless of how many show up or how many actually receive what I'm saying or what has been said, then I know that I'm doing the will of God. Now, as time goes along, the perspective, you start looking at some of the things that you shouldn't look at. And I was looking at numbers. You know, I'm like, Lord, no one really viewed today. Nobody looked at my video today. No one read my blog today, or no one, you know, gave me a thumbs up or a like. You know, sometimes we lose focus. I lost focus on my actual purpose of actually telling my testimonies. It's not about the praise that you receive from man, but it's about doing the will of God. And as long as I was showing up, if I would have just continued to show up, just my raw self and just doing what God has called me to do, then I wouldn't have, I think that I would be in a better place today. So I'm not going to say my disobedience, but I think I got ahead of myself. I got ahead of God back a couple years ago when I was actually doing these videos. Everything was going well. And all of a sudden, it just seems like everything was coming against me. And I knew, so let me say this. When I'm creating this content, I am trying to be as transparent as I can. I'm trying to be, this is who I am. I'm not going to put anything here in these videos that I do not represent. I enjoy decorating. And I also enjoy spending time with my family. I also enjoy, you know, talking about God. And most every conversation that I have with my husband or my children, God's coming up. I'm going to talk about them. And so these are things that I know this is true. These are my true testimonies, and this is my true walk with God. So I want to get on here and I want to be as open and honest as I possibly can. And I hope that as I get on here weekly and whatever I post, whether it's through decoration or whatever it is, I hope that you can feel the comfort that I want to bring through this channel. The Word of God, when I'm on here, how you're just talking about how great God is, because He is. The fact that He woke us up this morning, He is an awesome God. He can do all things. I'm also reminded of his word constantly when the world and the things in this world try to come against us. When the strongholds and the strong forces of this life try to come against us. I'm often reminded in the word of Psalm 24th chapter, first verse, the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein. That's a powerful God. When I think about that verse, when it just comes to my heart and my mind, I'm like, Lord, you're a great God. You're a powerful God. You created all these things, even us. Why should we be afraid? Why should we give so much energy? Why should we give so much power to these things that don't compare to you at all? And so I'm just so thankful to the God that I serve, the God that we serve. And when I get on this platform here, when I get on here and I post every week, I'm asking the Lord to lead me. I don't get on here. I don't want to say the wrong things. I just want to be encouraging. And I want to show how God has given all of us through my decorating. God has given us all gifts. And we should not be afraid to use them. And we should use them. And, you know, with me being in my home, like I said, I want to be comfortable. I don't want to show what I'm not comfortable showing. And I think that there should be levels of privacy, in my opinion. But I want to share with you guys my joy for doing some of the things that I do here. And I just want the Lord to continue to use me. You know, as long as I'm showing up and I'm doing what I'm supposed to do in this earth, any of us, he's going to do the rest. He's going to overflow us. He's going to give us the things and the things of our heart's desire when we're being obedient to him. And so I'm so thankful that the Lord has allowed me to come on this journey again, to actually take the time to sit down and to just, like I said, sit here and speak and talk about his goodness, and also as well displaying some things that I enjoy doing, you know, spending time with my family. That's something we do all the time. However, I was telling one of my children, I was like, I just don't want to feel like I'm pressuring my family to be in front of this camera, because that's not at all what I want to do. If they're naturally popping up in something, that's fine. If they're comfortable with it, that's fine. If I'm comfortable with it, I'm fine. But I don't want to force this onto my husband or to my children. But I want people to understand that this is my life. I'm married and I have children and I have family, and I just don't want to ever feel like I'm forcing this camera or whatever I do on my family. And they're okay with it. They understand where I'm coming from, and I think they understand my heart with all of this. And they know that, you know, this is a passion. Talking about God is a passion for me, and it's an everyday passion. And but living for him is the greater thing of all. I don't want to be a person who just talks. I want people to see God in me. I want them to see him through my daily walk. Yes, I still have faults. We all do. We're growing. It's part of growing. I'm asking the Lord to help me to continue to grow inside out. I want to grow inside, internally, spiritually. I want my soul to be fed. I want to grow. And I know that's a journey for many of us. And I'm showing up. I'm doing the work now. I'm showing up, and that's all he expects me to do. Show up, and he's going to do everything else. And I hope that you guys can see that through the content that I bring you guys from week to week. And I'm so thankful to have you on this journey with me. And I just wanted to open up and kind of chat about that a little bit. And then, so I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this vlog. Hi you guys, welcome back to the vlog. Today I am going to take you with me as I run into the Container Store. We're actually in Tennessee this weekend visiting my daughter. So we're going to go into Container Store to see what they have. And I'm going to try to bring you guys along with me if I see anything that I like. So you guys, I'm actually thinking about doing some reorganization in my closet, my guest room closet. So I was thinking about getting some of these hanging closet organizers. I actually have one of these at home now that's exactly like this. So I'm gonna think about if this is one I'm gonna get or not. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Hi you guys, so I want to share some items, share some packages that I purchased over the last couple weeks with you. So I'm going to try to start, and I'm trying to categorize everything according to the store in which I purchased them. So these two here are the same. They actually are picture frames, and when I initially saw them in the store, I thought they were actual pictures. And then when I got home, I realized that they were not. And I saw this and I was like, these are frames. So I like the decor that's in the little windows here. So what I decided I think I'm going to do is just, I think I'm about wrapping paper and try to cut this part out and replace it with wrapping paper that would probably blend in with what's already here on the frame, because I actually like this frame. This is actually good decor that I want to put over my my master bedroom bed, and I just think this matches everything that we have already done in the room. So I'm going to actually try to find some wrapping paper that I can just cut this out and replace this portion, and I will bring you guys along with me on the journey. I actually purchased these from, I got two of them, and I purchased these from Big Lots. Probably about 2 weeks ago, and they were about $18 a piece. And so I actually like shopping at Big Lots because I feel like Big Lots is very competitive with a lot of other home decor stores, in my personal opinion. So some things I will purchase out of there, and it actually falls in a good category with everything else that I'm purchasing in my home. So I wanted to share these two finds with you. It's a very good quality frame, so I really like it. And like I said, I'm going to try and find the wrapping paper, and when I do, I'm going to share with you how that project comes out. And I'll probably just jump on here and kind of just show you my process of trying to replace this piece here. The next thing I purchased probably about 2 weeks ago as well. I got some wood knots here I wanted to place on. I showed you on the last video a lamp that had shelves on it. It has like three shelves on it. And I wanted to find things that I can put on those shelves that will, you know, blend in and kind of follow the decor pattern that I already have in my living room. So this is one thing. It's just a little clear box here. And I want to probably place this on one of those shelves as a piece of decor. And I also got these books, and they're just artificial books. And my husband actually felt like these books would be good to place on the shelves as well. He felt like we didn't have to be matchy with it. So we'll see how that plays out. And these were not that expensive. They were like $8.99 a piece, and I paid $4.99 for the clear box. Another, let's see, some more decor that I actually purchased. We purchased these. These are items that we actually purchased from Bed Bath & Beyond Home, which I think Bed Bath & Beyond Home and Kirkland's have actually collaborated with one another. So if I'm saying it right, I think they're 2 in 1 now. So because a lot of the products that we bought out of Bed Bath & Beyond Home actually are Kirkland's products. So these are 2 of the pieces we got on that purchase when we were in Tennessee over the past weekend. So these 2 are something. These are what I'm considering adding to the shelves as well on the lamp, where the lamp is. I want to add these, and of course, when I get ready to place all these items, I will pick up the camera and I will show you guys what that decor is going to look like. You can actually come along with me so that I can place all of these items on those shelves. So those are 2 pieces that I purchased. I also purchased these gold candle holders. I thought these were really nice, very sturdy. And I wanted to use these on this table here. This is the table that I also shared with you on last week, where I want to decorate this eating table, but I wanted to keep it simple. So these are 2 pieces that I actually want to place on this table. I purchased this a couple days ago. My husband and I were in the store, and I asked him, I was getting his opinion about what would look nice to place on this table. This is our eating table. I actually put this table in the last video as well. And I wanted to kind of just do a decor on this table that would be simple, because we do eat at it all the time. And this really is our only main living area to eat aside from our kitchen island. But we want to use this in a decor for the table. And so when I bought this, I had in mind these 2 candle holders that we bought from Kirkland's. And I figured we're going to center it on the table with these 2 candle holders on the side. I have a couple more things that I want to get before we start actually decorating this table. So I need to get some candles of some sort to put here that I think will be a good blend. And then, like I said, I want to get something to put in here. I don't think I'm going to do real flowers. I actually think I'm just going to do something artificial that I can change out as the seasons move along. But I thought that would be a good concept together. It looks, the dark royal blue with the gold actually looks really, really good. So I'm going to bring you guys everything that I purchased. I'm going to bring you guys along with me as I start to decorate and put things together. So the next store, when we were in Tennessee, we actually I only purchased a couple things, and you saw early in the video where I was showing you something for the closet. I was actually showing you like a holder, a clothing holder that you can actually hang in the closet, and I ended up not purchasing it. So I actually have one of those in the same color already, and I was trying to think if I wanted to add that in my guest bedroom, and I'm not sure quite yet how I want to go about doing that closet, because there's so many things that we've kind of just stuck in that closet now, to the point where I'm not sure how I really want to go about kind of organizing and changing things out. But I will let you know what I decide as time go along. So while we were in the Container Store, I actually needed another one of these for my kitchen drawer. And before I bought another one, I wanted to make sure that this one did fit comfortably in my drawer. However, what I did like about it, it had where I can kind of, well, it's like this. So, but when I put it in the drawer, it actually kind of gives me 4 spaces opposed to 3, where I can put some of my longer utensils here and make it a lot more neater. So when I get ready to do that organizing, I will show you guys how that turns out. Or I just, bring you along as I start to redecorate and reorganize. So that's one of the things I bought from the Container Store. And I just picked up a Scrub Daddy. My son actually saw this, and I've never purchased a Scrub Daddy, believe it or not, but he saw this, and I decided to get it and try it out. So I'll let you know how I like it, as time goes along. Another purchase that I made, I'm not sure if I showed you guys, but I actually purchased this wreath. And this is going to be a wreath that I'm going to put on my door. Once I get my front door kind of cleaned up, I'm going to take the other wreath that I have down because it's out of season now, but I'm going to put this one up. I kind of wanted to stay in my blues, but also I have some of the orangey colors here and some of the green leaf type pieces here as well. But I'm going to put this on my front door. I actually have a wreath that I can put up for the fall, but I decided to get something new this year. Last year, I just kind of used something that I already had. So I wanted to get something new, and I thought this would be the, match with the tones of my, the outside of my home as well. So once I get my front door clean, I will go ahead and put this up. And I also, I forgot to tell you where I purchased it from. So I actually purchased this from Gabe's. And this is a store that replaced another store that I was actually shopping at that was called Old Time Pottery. So, but they still have some of the same type of decor. But I saw this in there, and so I decided to pick that up. And then I also picked up this, and this is just a little decor piece that I'm going to find somewhere in the house to put up. Green is the color. So I just want to pop a little bit of color, extra color in to kind of, as we go into the holidays of fall or the seasons of fall. And I'm trying to see, okay, and then another thing that I purchased when I was at Kirkland's, I got these rugs, and I actually just got these are bathroom rugs. I got these for my son's bathroom. I thought these would be good. They currently have black rugs now, and those are so hard to keep clean. So I decided we're going to try the gray ones and see how they work out. So I got 2 of these. They were on sale as well. I think I paid $14.99 for these. And then last but not least, I purchased this throw. I can't remember if I showed this to you earlier or not, but I purchased this throw, and I only got it because it was on sale, so I couldn't pass up the sale. It was like $8.99. So I purchased this, and I think if it doesn't go well with my living room decor, I'll find somewhere throughout the home that I'm able to use it in a good way. So, and then I pulled this out when I was unwrapping everything, and I saw this is actually my daughter's. It's called Midnight Rain. It's a room spray, and so it actually smells really good. So I just wanted to share that with you. I got this from Kirkland's as well. So this wraps up my haul of what I have, and what I'm going to start doing as we work towards the new video. I want to, try to go ahead and put everything in perspective on where I'm going to sit these things throughout the home. I know most of this is probably going to go in the living room. And like I said, I will put the camera on and show you kind of where I start to place everything as time goes along. And hopefully you guys are enjoyed. And I will see you guys later.